Peter had followed Jesus from the very beginning. He said, "Follow me." Oh, he's doing great. He's made Jesus Lord. And then he walks out on the water. Oh, look at him now. He's made Jesus Lord. And then he looks around and he sinks in the water. Whoops. Is he still a child of God? Just a wet one, right? Jesus pulls him up out of the water. He goes a little bit further. He's walking with Jesus. He is so passionate. He says, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Right? Doing great. And then Jesus says, "Okay, I'm going to be crucified and handed over to sinful men." And Peter says, "No way. That'll never happen to you." And Jesus says, "Get behind me, Satan." That's worse than you foolish Galatians, right? Get behind me, Satan. His relationship with God does not change, but his fellowship with God depends on which way his heart is pointed in that moment. But wait, didn't we read last week where Paul withstood him to his face and had a major confrontation with him in Antioch after he'd already had this vision about the Gentiles? Friends, whenever Peter started relying on Peter's brain and on Peter's strength and on Peter's courage and Peter's determination, Peter got wet again. Right? He sank back in the waves. Sometimes it was the waves of what the Judaizers thought. Sometimes it was the waves of what was convenient for him. Sometimes it was the waves of being distracted. But the same thing that happened to him walking on the Sea of Galilee happened to him over and over again. He is still God's child. He's still an apostle. But he was foolish. Do you know how Peter got out on the water? By the power of God. Do you know how Peter needed to stay on the water? By the power of God. Peter could not say, "Lord, if it's you, let me come to you," walk out there and then look around and say, "Okay, you got me started. I've got it from here." Because he can't walk on the water.